Now, for those of you who are looking to be able to sign up for the next session, you might want to be able to take a scan of this particular QR code or the bit.ly code below to try to be able to enroll for your next session Friday, just so you can keep your spot. And we will begin at the usual 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. or maybe extended because the situation is usually very long. And like I said earlier on, for those people who didn't get to stay too long, or if you only jump in between, a copy of the video of this particular webinar will be laid out for you so that you can review this at your own time and pace, and of course rewind it and check it out so that you can improve your learning into the subject matter. So with that, thank you very much, and we'll now open the session to our Q&A segment. And I bring it back to you, Ed.
All right, thank you very much, Sir Juanis. In the interest of time, we will only be accommodating a few questions, but we'll try our best to answer all your questions on a separate email. So first of all, sir, I have a short question here from one of our customers now. In terms of breakouts and breakdowns, sometimes they appear to manifest, but minsan hindi tumutuloy. How do you protect yourself against that? What are indications that you look at para masabing totoong breakout or breakdown yun?
Okay. Well, number one is it's nice to have volume. So volume is usually the first confirmation that you get. Now, some people also want to use a little bit of space. In other words, if a breakout comes from the price, they want to say maybe give it a few cents above the breakout price to be able to make sure that it is indeed a breakout rather than it's just an inch off the breakout price. That's fine. But normally what I see is I like to act first in a breakout. And so if I'm doubting it because there's lack of volume or I feel that it might come inside because maybe a lot more indicators are not with me, then what I will do is I will gradually buy it so that you just don't engulf yourself inside automatically. But yes, sometimes it happens when a parent breakout comes in and then you notice that it moves back into the same area pattern either the same day before the market closes or the next day. If I ever get trapped in that situation, what I do is this. I simply mark off a halfway point inside the pattern. And if that reinserts itself in the pattern, I will use the halfway range of that as my next support. And unless it inserts and breaks below that, I will not sell it. I will just assume that it moved back in, but it's possible it could actually break out again.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you very much. Here's another question in terms of a couple of questions actually about the effectivity of the patterns, but essentially it all concentrates to what is your favorite pattern, sir? In terms of effectiveness and your use in the past.
Well, I like double bottoms. I like rectangles and triangles because they're the most common. It's nice to have pennants and flags because the minute you buy them, you're correct almost immediately, but they don't happen every day. So I usually look for those particular patterns, and sometimes wedges also come out. So those continuation patterns are usually the best, and they're for the reversals, double bottoms and double tops, and it's very easy to be able to spot, and you can react quite well. So I usually focus on those.
Okay, you mentioned pennants and flags. There's a question here, sir. Is the Philippine market in a bearish flag? Its current formation.
Well, as I told you earlier on, if I were to look at the Philippine index, it could possibly be more of a rising wedge rather than a flag. So if you're talking about the small sideways consolidation we've had, normally after wedges, it's quite possible that after a crack, it could just go sideways first before it heads down. And primarily because of the reason I said before, the trends take time to turn, right? So it might look like a flag to you, but I would treat it more as a wedge if that really intends to be able to go down.
Okay, sir. Ito, another question, sir. How accurate is the Fibonacci retracement method, sir?
You know, much of the tools that we use in technical analysis are about 80 to 85% accurate. So it just becomes more inaccurate depending on the person who's trying to draw those Fibonacci lines. And that's why earlier I gave you a guideline on making sure trend lines are broken before you use one, because people start drawing Fibonacci lines all over the place and they say it doesn't work because the reason is because they don't know where to begin and they don't know where to end. right? So
Mhm.
after you master the actual use and when to draw it and which bottom, which top to use, you will find that there's very, very high coordination of support attempts come from them, or in terms of rallies that they tend to stop it. In fact, I use it all the time.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all of it, sir. Um. Okay. Thank you very
All right.
much, Mr.
So
Juanis
thank you.
Barredo. Thank you everyone for attending this webinar. Again, if we weren't able to put some attention to your questions, we will do so. We will try our best to have your all your questions answered via email. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you'd like to review this section, we will be preparing a recorded version. And for those of you who are asking about nasa na yung first episode, it's in your email, ladies and gentlemen. And also we also publish it in the COL Premium exclusive Facebook group. And for episode 3, you can already register today. You can either get your smartphone and take a picture of this QR code, or enter the bit.ly link in your web browser. So we can save you a seat in the next session. All right. So moving on, I'd like to talk about some of the ways you can get in touch with us. So for COL Premium customers, you can check out facebook.com/call premium, or to see the latest episodes of our guidance initiatives, you can also go to youtube.com/call premium. As usual, you can also find the same pages for COL Financial at facebook.com/call financial and youtube.com/call financial. Also, like to take this opportunity to talk about our Facebook group. Again, we published the recorded version of the past webinar in this group. We also took time to really slice the session into multiple times. So if you want to just improve a portion of your learnings in technical analysis, you can do so. You can pick off and watch it over and over again. So you can do this by signing up to facebook.com/groups/call premium official. Please don't be shy to comment your questions. If you have any, I will try to have Mr. Barredo answer it for us as well.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. All right. So once again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Please reach out to your client experience managers to know who your CEM is. Just click the top right button of your COL account and contact your CEM, hopefully via email or by mobile, because we are currently working from home. And with that, thank you very much, everyone. Mr. Juanis Barredo, thank you very much
Thank you.
for sharing your
Until next
knowledge with
time,
us.
stay safe, everybody.
Yes. And we hope to see everyone in the next webinar. Thank you and take care.